rain is incessant, defying us with its gray, dark hues. The smell of damp earth floods the hillsides at Rosario Valley. Winter has penetrated our soils with its magical rain, bringing the water which is so important to growth during the season. Meanwhile, the vines at Matetic remain asleep, waiting patiently for the right conditions to bud again. The vines are beings of light and make their food from it. Stimulated by cosmic reactions, they create life. During this period, we prune the vines by hand, taking care that each cut is perfect to ensure that they are capable of producing the grapes for our wines. During this period, we try to recycle all the pruned material, integrating it with the soil, making substrate to feed the worms and small insects who transform it into humus, thus completing the energy cycle of the vine. Spring has arrived. The birds sing and fly, flitting among flowers which enchant with their colors and fragrances. The gray days are behind us, and the pleasant environment at this time of year adorns the landscape with happy, vibrant colors. Stimulated by these first rays of sun, the vines wake up. The 168 hectares planted at Matetic are cultivated according to the principles of organic agriculture, so the grapes are completely natural. Here, unlike conventional grape growers, we don't use chemical herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, or fertilizers. Instead, we use fertilizers produced using waste from the winemaking process, which has been subjected to a high-quality composting process. We use biological and mechanical weed control, and we stimulate the biological control of some insects through predator-prey relationships. We prevent certain diseases with sulfur and through foliage management to enable the ventilation of the vine. All of these techniques help to achieve high-performance organic management, known as biodynamic agriculture. We see the whole property as a living entity with its own individual characteristics. A healthy environment enables the plants to grow in harmony with their surroundings, expressing the conditions of the place in a unique manner. Matetic's vineyards and winery facilities are located in Rosario Valley, an area of land close to the coastal range which is cut off, thereby avoiding infection spreading from neighboring wineries. Matetic has 9,000 hectares of gently rolling hills, which are positioned at right angles to the ocean and blessed with extraordinary luminosity. The influence of the sea, just 12 miles from the vineyard, comes in the form of a cool breeze which moderates the temperatures throughout the grape ripening period. In the midst of this temperate Mediterranean coastal climate, the vine develops its wonderful process of life. Summer arrives. The vines have stopped growing and are now only concerned with perpetuating themselves over time. Warm days and cool nights ensure that each cluster ripens correctly and the grapes begin to color and generate aromas and flavors until they reach the perfect level of maturity for each of our wines. It's fall, and the cycle is drawing to an end. Throughout this period, we have sought the maximum fruit expression. Now the grapes are ready to be harvested, and we do this by hand. The grapes are carefully transported in 12-kilo, 26-pound plastic bins, and then stored for 12 hours at below 5 degrees Celsius, 41 degrees Fahrenheit. The selection process is very careful. The fruit is placed on a vibrating table where skilled workers remove any lower quality clusters and any element other than grapes. Each berry is destemmed and transported to the maceration vat. Gravity ensures the grapes fall into the vat, filling it with their delicious juice. At the Matetic Winery, we do not leave any detail to chance when it comes to winemaking and environmental care. We have put in place the right infrastructure to ensure the care and quality of the wine, right from the reception of the raw material through the shipping of the finished product. The winery has rooms of stainless steel vats for fermenting and aging the wine. There is also a cellar where the finished product is stored. This is underground and cut off from the rest of the facilities so as to minimize the variations of temperature in the room and maintain the quality of the product. Then there are the barrel rooms, which have been especially designed to offer the optimum conditions for aging the wine. This is one of the most important parts of the winery, as here the wine spends months in contact with the wood of the French oak barrels, evolving slowly. The Matetic family aims to produce wines of excellence which express a very special terroir. Respect for the environment has always been a key concern for them. This is why they have always sought to make the winemaking process as artisanal as possible, following natural processes with the minimum of intervention in ideal conditions. Matetic Vineyards produces two ranges of wine. EQ is short for equilibrium. This concept stands for the commitment Matetic Vineyards has with nature in creating a harmony between the soil, the climate, and the vines. Corraliu represents the name of the still-standing century-old wine cellar and winery in Rosario Valley, where wine from the old mission grape was once made.